20 grams of coffee for your espresso course. For the milk, I'm doing exactly the same because I didn't want to steer too far from what we had in the espresso, maintaining that fruit flavors. The ratio is 1 part of coffee to 4 parts of milk, milk steamed at 55 degrees Celsius. This gave me the best balance between coffee and milk. On that note, the milk I'm using is a Jersey milk from a local producer, Queens of Dairy. It was created by baristas for baristas. This full-fat milk is what gives me that creamy mouthfeel and this amazing sweetness. I think this milk drink is absolutely delicious, and I'm happy to share it with you today. Okay, judges, so we come to the final course, the signature beverage. Before we begin, please, I'm serving you some sparkling water. I ask that you each take a sip just to cleanse your palate after that creamy and sweet milk beverage. Now, for the signature course, we have the opportunity to take more control over the manifestation of this identity. But I wanted to stay on track and pick up where we left off with the milk course. So I begin with a strawberry infusion, 75 ml of this. I took 40 grams of strawberries, 180 ml of hot water, 95 degrees, and let it infuse for 10 hours. I then filtered this through an AeroPress with a Fellow Prismo filter. This filter is metal mesh and it only has a single outlet point, so this concentrates the infusion and it focuses on acidity and sweetness rather than the flavor of the strawberries. And this resembles that acidity and sweetness you experience in your espresso. Next, I really love what dairy done to this coffee in the milk course. So I'm adding 40 ml of a dairy whey. Now, inspired by Dale Harris last year, I decided to make whey. I used a citric acid solution, 1 gram of citric acid, 80 grams of water with a pH of 4.7. I added 40 ml of this to hot milk, 180 ml. This curdled the milk, I removed the curd, and I strained the whey through a paper filter. Lastly, brown sugar syrup, 40 ml. I cook 1 part of sugar to 10 parts of milk for 15 minutes. This is simply going to balance out the drink. Okay, I'll stir it to further cool it down. This cooling down is also going to create some flavor clarity. Awesome. So judges, no drinking instructions. But before I serve this to you, I'd first like to conclude by saying, I know that coffee and identity is something that has been explored and spoken about before, but think of it this way. The unique identities of the coffees we drink on a daily basis and at competitions like this amazing Jasper, as well as the amazing individuals we meet working in specialty coffee, is what makes specialty coffee so special. Learning about new coffees and their identities is an extension about learning about ourselves and our own identities. It's not very different. Isn't this the beauty of what we do as coffee professionals? It's the reason why you're sitting there as judges and why I'm presenting to you today. We are so privileged. It's been an absolute pleasure, judges. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey. 2-2. That there's peaking. The net feeds are going nuts. He says that. That's... Two.
My set.
Let the ladies to guard your
Okay.
card.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
thanks.
my friend. I appreciate that. Okay. Time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. first competitor at the WBC. What a time to be alive. So, the theme of my set today is inspired by a trip to Kampala, Uganda earlier this year. Now, I didn't visit any coffee isn't any different. Every coffee begins with a unique identity at a farm level.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really things like coffee to be able to like gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
the best cup of coffee, we need the water quality to be there.
The water is, I'd say, the most complex thing to learn about. We roast coffee, we train our customers, we maintain their machinery, but we also serve great coffee, great food.
Pentair has been perfecting water filtration for more than 80 years. We're your water partner. That's why roasters, wholesalers, and baristas around the world choose Pentair for their perfect water.
That's why we use the Pentair products, because we get reliable, repeatable, effective results.
They've had people come to our facility twice now to help you decide what is the best way to clean the water and make sure that your equipment's going to last.
It's really easy to control the evaporator filter.
It solves all our problems.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
Give everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks the Lai coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
we're opting to make the best cup of coffee, we need the water quality to be there.
The water is, I'd say, the most complex thing to learn about.
We roast coffee, we train our customers, we maintain their machinery, but we also serve great coffee, great food.
Pentair has been perfecting water filtration for more than 80 years. We're your water partner. That's why roasters, wholesalers, and baristas around the world choose Pentair for their perfect water.
That's why we use the Pentair products, because we get reliable, repeatable, effective results.
They've had people come to our facility twice now to help you decide what is the best way to clean the water and make sure that your equipment's going to last.
It's really easy to control the evaporator filter.
Solves all our problems.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
Give everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing. Amazing, amazing.
Welcome to the 2018 World Barista Championships. Woo! In the next 4 days, you will see 57 national champions and national competitors compete in the hopes of becoming the 2018 World Barista Champion. What we will witness is the result of many months of practice, innovative ideas by truly skillful baristas who all contribute to the global development of specialty coffee.
Round 1 began today with our first 27 competitors and continues through tomorrow with competitors 28 through 57. At the end of these 2 days, the top 15 competitors from round 1 will advance to the semifinal round on Friday. The 16th competitors to advance to semifinals will be a wildcard qualifier from the winning team of the team bar. But we will explain a little bit of that later. 6 competitors Saturday, at the end of which we
Champions and barista competitors. We're so excited to be here in Amsterdam. Let's talk about some of our amazing sponsors that we have helping support the 2018 World Barista Championships this week. The continued growth of the WBC would not have been possible without the generous support of those sponsors. We'll start by thanking our WBC qualified espresso machine sponsor, Victoria Arduino.
WBC qualified grinder sponsor, Mal Koenig.
Yeah. WBC qualified cleaning product sponsor, Ernex.
WBC water filtration sponsor, Pentair Evapor.
We must also thank our product and event sponsors that year after year, continue to support the WBC and national competitions across the globe. Starting with our 2018 World WBC Gold sponsors, Da Vinci Gourmet and Toddy.
Woohoo! WBC Silver sponsors, Barista.
Woo! Our 2018 WBC Bronze sponsors, Hario, Det Pack, Force Tamper, and Matutese.
Origin Trip sponsor, Ali Coffee.
And of course, the amazing official trophy and tamper sponsor, Reg Barber.
Woohoo! Product partners, Hamilton Beach, Friesland Campina, Barista and Farmer.
And of course, our wonderful event sponsors, the competition orientation sponsor, Swiss Water and Bar Options.
All right, here's the bar options. We have 4 places to get our coffee today. There's the espresso bar over there, and the brew bar over there by Marco, and the cold brew bar by Tuddy, and then the team bar is right over there. Sorry.
Right over there.
So the espresso bar today features coffee from Deterra, roasted from specialty coffee providers from around the world. Don't miss out on trying these amazing espressos and watching the full schedule of featured demonstrations during the competition.
Yeah, we had a great coffee this morning. It was a lactic acid processed coffee. Really, really tasty on those bars. So make sure to stop over at those bars.
And the cold brew bars features a range of coffees prepared by Toddy team. And the brew bar by Marcos right over there features 6 manual brew methods featuring a range of coffees selected by 2017 World Barista Champion Dale Harris and Has Been Coffee.
Woo! Very, very nice. And also, of course, don't forget that once the WBC is over on Saturday, you can join us at the official WBC Barista Party brought to you by Victoria Arduino and Da Vinci Gourmet. This event is free, a free party thanks to the generosity of our sponsors. All you've got to do is show your World of Coffee pass and ID at the door at Wester Uni from 8 p.m. in the evening. And make sure to join us early so that you don't miss out for the free party on Saturday night. That's amazing.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna get some dancing on Saturday night. Again, one more round of applause, please, everyone, for our fantastic sponsors.
Woo-hoo! So, let's talk about competition procedure.
Let's do that.
Before we introduce our first competitors, let's review the competition procedure and some of the most recent changes for the rules. Station layouts. Last year, the WBC Evolution Committees introduced an exciting new addition to the rules and regulations, multiple station layouts. To open up new service possibilities, the layout of the stage presentation will no longer be set. This means competitors can select from 9 different layouts to present their routines. Expect to see some exciting station layouts on the stage in the next 4 hours.
And what's really exciting is that we already see some very interesting station layouts in this very first heat of competitors. So look for that in their service element. Again, competitors can choose that in advance. We get them set up for a really unique and individual way to serve their judges. And of course, another important thing is the machine temperature. In another move to open up some great service possibilities, competitors can select their machine temperature, a choice that has not been available at the WBC until last year. The machine temperature can be set to any temperature between 90.5 and 96 degrees Celsius, or 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit for those Americans listening, in order to allow for more espresso extraction control, really giving those baristas total control of their extraction when it comes to brew temp, too.
With the preparation time, after station layout is set by the WBC crew, each competitor has about 15 minutes of preparation time. And during this time, the competitors can practice pulling shots, adjusting grinders, and organize their station so that everything is exactly the way they would like to be presented. Competitors will be evaluated on how clean and organized their station is at the beginning of their competition time. So it is very, very important that the barista use this 15 minutes wisely.
Absolutely. And you can see that happening right at station number 1 as we speak, about to happen at station number 2. Let's get into performance time. The competitors then have 15 minutes to prepare and serve 4 espressos, 4 milk beverages, and 4 signature drinks of their own creation. They are judged on the taste of their drinks, technical skills, knowledge of their coffee, of course, and creativity and overall presentation. In the signature drink portion, you'll see some amazing creations. Competitors cannot use alcohol in their signature drinks, but other than that, anything goes. And we've seen some pretty crazy things happening on the stage. The competitors' remaining 7 minutes will be spent cleaning their station after they've competed. They must remove all of their materials and clean their machines and their working areas for the next competitor's performance.
So let's talk about Team Bar and the teams.
Yes.
This marks the 3rd year of our WBC team competition. Recognizing that specialty coffee community is built through various type of teams, 10 equally weighted teams based on historical performance has been created. At the end of our competition, we will not only have one individual barista champion, but we will have a winning team as well. There is another benefit to the teams. The competitors in the winning team will earn the wildcard slots in the semifinals, which is very, very exciting.
Yes.
That's right. The highest ranking team members of winning team who does not already qualify as one of the top 15 competitors will advance to the semifinal in the wildcard slots.
That's pretty amazing, right?
Pretty amazing.
So there is a secondary competition happening here where a person is vying for a spot in the semifinals round. That's really great. Something, again, introduced in just the past couple of years. So what does the team need to do? Each team member will compete as normal to secure their individual ranking. This contributes to the team's average ranking. At the team bar, which is just over here, teams will create a menu of 2 beverages with 2 different coffees, selected by our current WBC champion, Dale Harris, and serve the audience. So make sure you stop by that team bar to taste those tasty coffees selected by Dale, presented by each individual team. Competitors must show up to their team bar shift to be eligible for the wild card slots, so no skipping on that shift. And there's never been a better time to work together as a team and gain that wild card spot in the team competition.
So working on the bar today will be all the competitors that is competing tomorrow, and don't miss your chance to meet them right over there.
Absolutely.
So Team Steam will be running their bar from 10 o'clock to 11:20, which is later on 20 minutes. Australia, Nicaragua, Singapore, Sweden, Switzerland, and Ukraine.
All right, let's give it up then for our next team, Team Extract, who will be on bar from 11:25 to 12:45. That is coming from Belarus, Denmark, Guatemala, Japan, Lithuania, and the United Arab Emirates.
For Team Blend, at 12:50 and to 2:10, Austria, Chile, Hong Kong, Peru, Romania, and Russia.
And Team Pressure from 2:15 to 3:35, coming from India, Indonesia, Italy, Poland, Turkey, and the United States.
For Team Temper, 3:40 to 5 o'clock this afternoon will be Brazil, Canada, Malaysia, Philippines, Slovakia, and Uganda.
Woo! So make sure to check out those team bars. Each team will be serving the same coffees, but they may create their own unique 2-drink menus. Each team has 20 minutes of preparation on the team bar, and to decide their menus, preparation, and recipes, and 40 minutes of service time. Please stop by the team bar to meet your 2018 WBC competitors and taste some very delicious coffees.
Delicious. Live ranking. So this is very, very important. We also have a very exciting element to this year's competition. Ranking will be posted as soon as it's available for round 1. That's right. Ranking will be posted today after the judges have finished deliberation, both here in Amsterdam. And for those who are viewing at home, should be very, very excited.
Absolutely. We'll be showing it on the screen and at a few different viewpoints here throughout the station. We're going to shift over here for a minute while our third competitor wheels to their station. Let's talk about judging just a little bit.
Okay.
Throughout this competition, you're going to see some spectacular performances. I may wonder, what do the judges base their scores on? First off, it's important to note that all judges must be certified in order to evaluate the talented baristas at this event. The judges have participated in an intensive 2-day workshop, including lectures, a written exam, and a hands-on evaluation. Each barista will perform for a team of 6 judges in round 1. 1 head judge, 4 sensory judges, and 1 technical judge. The head judge is responsible for managing any issues or concerns that may arise while the barista is competing. The head judge must also make sure that the 4 sensory judges and 1 technical judge are scoring accurately, and the head judge has the final say in any decisions that are made during the performance.
So there will be 4 sensory judges are stationed at the presentation table. They will judge the competitors based on the taste of their drinks, the professionalism of their routine, their attention to details, and last but not least, their general barista skills, of course. You see the technical judge standing around the workstation with baristas, watching for consistency in the competitor's routine and technique, evaluating their grinding and temping method, timing for their shots, and watching to see that the barista is maintaining a clean work area throughout their performance. There will be only one technical judge present for round 1, and no technical judge will be presented in semifinals or final rounds.
Right. The judging crew is very illustrious, waiting patiently just off stage. You may also see 2 shadow judges in the background, taking notes on the competitor's performance and adding an extra level of accuracy to the competition judging. We take judging very seriously here, and a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge is expected of these judges. So we want to thank them for their involvement and their time. Without them, this wouldn't be a possibility. Let's give a round of applause to all the judges that are here for the 2018 World Barista Championships. Well, we've covered all the logistics, right?
Yeah, already.
Who wants to see some baristas make some tasty coffees? Right? There we go. We've got some great people in the house today.
So, the first competitor is from South Africa. His name is Winston Thomas. And he's here as independent, and he's a part of Team Brew.
Woo! Round of applause, please, for Winston Thomas, competitor number 2. Representing the United Kingdom, Joshua Tarlow. Joshua is here representing Origin Coffee and is a member of Team Espresso.
Competitor number 3 and station 3 will be Jun Yeon from Momo's Coffee and representing South Korea. Woohoo! And he's also a member of Team Portafilter.
All right, we are nearly ready on the competition stage. Competitor number 1 is going through his last check of his area. Reminder to all of our audience here that we have station number 1 to my left, to your right. Station 2 is over here on our right, to your left. And station 3 is in the center. For those watching at home, we'll be showing these on each individual live stream as well, too. But for those here in the venue, depending on who you want to really focus on during the competition, make sure to sit in the seating area just adjacent to those stations. Those respective areas here will have a speaker presence to make sure that you can hear from that station directly that you're sitting in front of as well, too. You excited to get this started?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see different routines, new machines. There's a computer right there. I have
We
no
see
idea
a computer.
what's going to
Someone's
happen.
checking their email while they're on stage. Really interesting.
Or watching Netflix, maybe.
Watching Netflix, you know, Queer Eye just came out again, too. The judges will soon take the stage here to evaluate our very first barista. We will also, there'll be stations all going at the same time, so it'll be really interesting to see the dynamic that happens here. Once all three competitors are finished, we'll bring them back here to talk to them about their presentation, how they did, how they felt things went. Was it great? Did they mess something up? Or did they nail it for their performance, right?
Yeah. So it seems like Station 3 is having a slow down.
Yeah, they're just what's great about this moment is that the competitors will make sure everything is in its right place. They have a few minutes prior to them starting their competition where the machine is exactly where it needs to be. This is the time where the detail really counts. They want to make sure that there's nothing incorrectly placed on the station, that everything looks great so they can execute their performance well, too. And you'll see a lot of seasoned competitors really take their time, making sure that they work well with their volunteers to get each equipment in its right spot, too.
Yeah, it seems like we are ready for Station 1 and Station 3.
Yeah, I think we're waiting here just for a moment for our
Station
judges.
2. Now we're ready for the judges, actually.
Oh, great. So let's welcome our judges to the stage for station number 1. They're going to make their way over. They'll definitely greet the barista as they enter in the stage area. Welcome, judges.
Welcome, judges.
Best of luck. Thank you for your time. Hi, Ruki.
Enjoy your coffee.
Yes, enjoy your coffees. Let us know what was the best. Just kidding. They can't tell us. We'd love to hear. But judges taking the stage, welcoming the first competitor then, too. As we get started, we're going to send it off to the baristas. Again, make sure that you're sitting in front of the station that you'd like to view that presentation, please. For those folks watching at home, we've got 3 stations that will be going at the same time here. Pretty exciting while we kick things off. So the first competitor is about to get started. We're going to send it off to the live stream. We'll see you back here when the first 3 competitors are finished for the day. Thank you.
Okay, you guys ready? Rico, good? You guys good to go? Awesome. And time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. First competitor at the WBC. What a time to be alive. Now, the theme of my set today is inspired by a trip I took to Kampala, Uganda, earlier this year. Now, I didn't visit any farms, but rather, I met people. I met baristas, roasters, Q-graders, and farmers, all amazing individuals with unique identities. And when I returned to Cape Town, I realized that I started questioning my own identity as an African coffee professional. And it made me realize that coffee isn't any different, because every coffee begins with a unique identity at a farm level, makes its way across the world, and then manifests into different identities based on the way it's roasted and extracted. Today, I'd like to talk to you about identity, but more specifically the identity of my coffee and how it changes throughout the 3 sets. But before we begin, I'd like to get some score sheet necessities out of the way. So I'd like to give you all of your flavor notes. I ask that you write them all down so that you have less writing to do throughout your set and more time to engage with me. Okay? Can we begin? For your espresso course, you'll experience a tropical fruit aroma, medium acidity, medium sweetness, low bitterness. Your flavors are going to be cherry and crisp apple. Weight is medium. Texture is smooth and syrupy. And then the finish is going to be long. For your milk course, creamy mouthfeel, high sweetness, and the flavors will be strawberry flavored drinking yogurt. And then lastly, for your signature beverage, it's going to be refreshing with an amazing balance of sweetness and acidity, smooth, and the flavors you'll experience will be raspberry, and pear. So judges, the coffee I'm serving you today forms part of Project Origin's Carbonic Maceration series. More specifically, Jasper, lot 0818. Now I'm going to start off by giving you some fairly simple information on this coffee, but it's important because it forms the foundation of Jasper's identity. Now this garden-grown coffee comes from the Messina village in the Andola region of Guji, Ethiopia. The altitude is 1950 to 2,300 meters above sea level, and the varietal is heirloom. The processing is natural carbonic maceration, and it takes place at the ZB washing station. Now after harvesting, the coffees are hand sorted and then placed in stainless steel containers for the carbonic maceration process to begin. Once fermentation is completed, the coffee is removed, rinsed, and then placed on raised African beds to dry for 12 to 15 days. The coffee is periodically turned over every hour to ensure for even drying. Now, as I said, very simple information. And I could have used this information to describe almost any specialty coffee lot. So what makes Jasper so special? What separates Jasper's identity from that of any other coffee? Well, I believe it's the carbonic maceration. Now, this doesn't serve to change the coffee in any way, but rather, it intensifies the inherent qualities that are already in the coffee. So for the carbonic maceration process, the stainless steel tanks are flushed with CO2. This removes all the oxygen, giving us a controlled humidity as well as temperature. This controlled environment allows us to ferment for longer without producing any negative side effects. In turn, this also allows the coffee to absorb all of the sugars from that high altitude I mentioned earlier. This extended coffee skin contact time allows for amazing mouthfeel, intense aroma, and fruity inherent qualities in the espresso. Judges, I'm going to finish off your espressos and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, judges, so for your espresso course, 20 grams of coffee, 39 ml of espresso. Feel free to assess your crema, but please hold off from tasting until I've given you the instruction to do so. It's for you. Now, I first fell in love with this coffee on the cupping table, not when tasting, but rather by aroma. When I smelled this coffee's aroma for the first time, I immediately knew it's something I wanted to serve at the WBC. And I wanted to replicate this process for you today. So I've ground up some coffee. I'd like you to just take in the dry aroma and notice the similarity between that and the espresso. Once you finish smelling, I'd like you to stir your espresso 5 times in a circular motion. Enjoy, and please have 3 sips. Okay, judges, moving on. So we've established the foundation of Jasper's identity, and now we have the opportunity to let the manifestation begin. And we start off with roasting. Now this coffee was roasted 12 days ago in Cape Town by my roasters, Rosetta Roastery. Now we want to maintain that aroma, that mouthfeel, and that fruit characteristics I mentioned earlier. So we've decided to go for a RAM time of 9 minutes 56 seconds, development time of 50 seconds, using a declining ROR and ending the roast off nice and slowly. From roasting, we move on to extraction. As I mentioned, for your espresso course, 20 grams of coffee, 20 grams of espresso. Excuse me, 40 mils of espresso. And for your milk course, I'm doing exactly the same. I found that the balance of espresso and milk is perfect with this ratio. So I'm using 1 pot of coffee, 4 pots of milk. Temperature is roughly 55 degrees. I want to advance from the espresso where we left off and try and maintain fruity characteristics, and that's how we get that yogurt strawberry in the milk course. Thank you. That's for you. Please enjoy. Now the milk I'm using is a local milk from Amsterdam, from Queens of Dairy. It's a Jersey milk, and it was created by baristas for baristas. The full fats in this milk allow me to get that creaminess and an amazing sweetness. Awesome. That's for you. Enjoy. I think this coffee is absolutely stunning with milk, and I'm so happy to be sharing it with you today. Awesome. There we go. That's for you. Enjoy. Lastly, my lady. Here we go. Please enjoy. Thank you. So judges, we come to the signature course. Before we begin, I'm going to serve each of you some soft sparkling water. I'd like you to each please take a sip. This is just to cleanse your palate after that creamy and sweet milk beverage and allow you to taste the signature as best as possible. So for the signature course, judges, we can now take our own direction with the coffee, but I didn't want to steer too far from where we left off with the milk course. Please feel free to take a sip of the sparkling water. So we begin with 4 single shots of the Jasper Espresso. I'm adding this to ice. It's a large block of ice, so it's going to cool it down without diluting. To this, I'm adding 75 ml of a dried strawberry infusion. 40 grams of sun-dried strawberries. You're welcome to follow on the recipe card in front of you. To 180 ml of hot water, 95 degrees. I let this sit for 10 hours, And then I strained it and I filtered it through an AeroPress with a fallow Prismo filter. The Prismo filter had some metal mesh filter and one single outlet point. This concentrates the beverage and it focuses on sweetness, acidity, rather than the strawberry flavor, and it's linked to the sweetness and the acidity we experienced in the espresso. Next, I'm adding 40 ml of whey, dairy whey that is. Now, I really like what the dairy done to the milk course when combined with espresso. And inspired by Dale Harris from last year, I made whey using a citric acid solution. 1 gram of citric acid, 80 ml of hot water, that's the solution. I added 40 ml of this to 180 ml of warm milk. The milk curdled, I removed the curd and I strained the whey through a paper filter, right? 40 ml. And lastly, also 40 ml of brown sugar syrup. 1 part of brown sugar to 10 parts of water, cook for 15 minutes. The sweetness is simply going to balance out the beverage. Okay? So I'm going to add 1 ice block to every glass to further cool it down. And the clear ice is also for aesthetic. Now, there are no drinking instructions, judges. I simply want you to enjoy the beverage. But before I serve this to you, I'd first like to conclude by saying that I know that identity in coffee has been spoken about and explored before. But think of it this way, the unique identities of the coffees we drink on a daily basis, as well as the individuals we meet working in specialty coffee, is what makes specialty so special. Learning about coffees and their identities is an extension of learning about our own identities. It's what makes specialty coffee so special. It's the reason why you're sitting there as judges and why I'm serving you today. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Time. Thank you, Roki. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
we're opting to make the best cup of coffee, we need the water quality to be there.
The water is, I'd say, the most complex thing to learn about.
We roast coffee, we train our customers, we maintain their machinery, but we also serve great coffee, great food.
Pentair has been perfecting water filtration for more than 80 years. We're your water partner. That's why roasters, wholesalers, and baristas around the world choose Pentair for their perfect water.
That's why we use the Pentair products, because we get reliable, repeatable, effective results.
They've had people come to our facility twice now to help you decide what is the best way to clean the water and make sure that your equipment's going to last.
It's really easy to control the evapor filter.
Solves all our problems.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
Leave everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks the Lai coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
From which
Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks the Lai coffee to be able to like gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really
Alrighty, welcome back to the stage. Round of applause, please, for all of our first three competitors. Louder than that, come on. Very well done.
Such great trip.
There you go.
Fantastic.
All right, so our first competitors is Winston Thomas. He's here as an independent and representing South Africa. Woo! So Winston, how was your routine?
It was good. It was very good. All around happy with it. A little bit rushed in the end. But other than that, I'm very happy with how it went this year. Yeah.
Anyone you would like to thank here or back home?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the two hooligans backstage, Ishan and Chang, who've been with me in Amsterdam so far. And then everybody that came to Amsterdam to support, everyone back home, my family, my girlfriend, everyone that contributed to me being in Amsterdam. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! Let's give it up to Winston!
Well done,
Winston!
Woohoo! Winston also competed in Seoul last year as well, too, so his second time to the WBC stage, which is pretty exciting. Well done, sir. Also, competitor number 2, representing the United Kingdom. Put your hands together for Joshua Tarlow.
Yoo-hoo!
Coming from Origin Coffee. Joshua, how do you feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, thank you. Yeah.
How did you practice for your national events compared to how you practiced today? What did you change up from your nationals performance?
Just adding more ingredients to the SIG drink, playing around with the actual coffee itself and the ratios I used, and other than that, not all that much.
All that much? You were very calm, very collected up there, but working with a very complex coffee as well, too. Anyone that you want to thank here with you this weekend in Amsterdam or back home?
Yeah, so just everyone who helped. Was it Ruby, Rose, Simon, Dan, and then Tom, and all the folks at Origin who really helped me out.
It's fantastic. One more round of applause, please. Representing the United Kingdom, Joshua Tarlow. Thank you, Joshua.
Woo-hoo!
Very well done, sir.
All right. 안녕하세요. So next is John Yun from South Korea, representing Momo's Coffee. How was your presentation going?
100% 만족하지는 못하지만 그래도 끝난 거에 굉장히 행복합니다. I'm not 100% satisfied, but I'm so happy it's already done. So
I'm sure you did a really, really good job. The milk thing was amazing.
Yeah, there was so much going on stage there. I've never seen a computer on the stage before, so well done. Very well done.
Anyone you would like to thank back in Korea? Or here?
일주일 동안 같이 많이 도와준 우리 삼촌들 부산팀 너무 감사합니다. She'd like thank you to the old uncles who supported her last whole week here.
That's it. That's Jung Yoon from representing South Korea.
Well done. First 3 out of the gate today. Are you all glad that it's over with?
Yeah, excited.
Yeah, I can get some sleep now.
Now's the time to go out and enjoy Amsterdam, right? Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. One more round of applause, please. Our first 3 competitors for the day. Thank you all so very much. Woo, we got that done, right?
Yeah,
first 3 competitors.
There's 24 to go.
Yeah,
long day.
Long day tomorrow, but a lot of tasty, fun, exciting coffees happening up here, too. That last presentation, wow, what you were saying happened on that stage. So much going on. So very well rehearsed. So practiced. You could tell she's got a great team behind her supporting her, too.
Yeah. That's very important in world competition as well. You need a really, really, really great team to help you wipe the glasses, help you clean up everything, and all the competitors need to do is focusing on the speech and performance.
Absolutely, and if you could see backstage, if we could take a camera backstage right now, you would see so many competitors working with their coaches, working with their fellow teammates. That's another great thing about this team competition is not only when you come here to the WBC, not only do you have your coach and your national organizers to help you, but then you also now have members of your team that can help you with questions, or if you broke something and need an extra supply, what have you. It creates a great sense of community happening in the back room.
Team spirit.
Yeah, team spirit, absolutely. Don't forget to check out those folks at the team bar happening throughout the day today, too. And one note we wanted to make sure for all those folks that are here in the venue, make sure that if you want to see and hear a specific competitor's performance, make sure to sit directly in front of those stations. Station 1 here, you'd want to sit up in those stands or in those seats. Station 3 here, you'd want to sit in these seats right directly in front of that station. And Station 2, you'd want to sit in those seats right directly next to that station. Because we have 3 competitors going at the same time, all of the speakers are directed to those seats. So make sure to sit right in that section if you want to hear that individual barista, too.
All right, should we...
I think we can take a little sponsor break from some of our wonderful sponsors, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks a Lai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Give everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first round of the 2018 World Barista Championships. To bring everyone up to speed, we've had a very small schedule change for today. The competitor from France will actually move to compete tomorrow. He'll be in the competitor position number 44 and will perform at 1:13, that's 13:13 local time on station number 2 tomorrow. So look for France, again, competing tomorrow here on the stage. But
my competitor's number 5 is representing Panama. Woohoo! Benjamin Roque. He's working currently for Kotoa Coffee House, and he's a member of Team Knockbox.
fantastic. And competitor number 6, representing Greece, Michalis Katsiamos.
Woohoo!
Michalis works for the Underdog Roasters and is on Team Brew happening this weekend. All right, we are going to throw right away to our competitors again at station number 2 and 3. We'll see you back here in just a little bit.
opting to make the best cup of coffee, we need the water quality to be there.
The water is, I'd say, the most complex thing to learn about.
We roast coffee, we train our customers, we maintain their machinery, but we also serve great coffee, great food.
Pentair has been perfecting water filtration for more than 80 years. We're your water partner. That's why roasters, wholesalers, and baristas around the world choose Pentair for their perfect water.
That's why we use the Pentair product, because we get reliable, repeatable, effective results.
They've had people come to our facility twice now to help you decide what is the best way to clean the water and make sure that your equipment's going to last.
It's really easy to control the evapor filter.
Solves all our problems.
Welcome back to 2018 World Barista Championship.
All right. We're still waking up here in Amsterdam. That's okay.
If you need more coffees, we have espresso bars over there and team bars over there.
Right.
So that's once again introduce our competitors. Number 5, Benjamin Rouquet from Panama.
Woo!
Woo! So, how do you feel?
Emocionado, súper feliz porque creo que las cosas salieron como lo había practicado.
He says he feels excited and he feels happy that things went well as he practiced them.
Is there anyone you would like to thank in this stadium right now or back home?
A muchas personas quisiera agradecerles, primero a la familia Coiner y a Cotowa, que me ayudaron muchísimo desde el inicio, a Padel Coffee Roaster, Mentiritas Blancas, Café Unido, Bajareque, también a 7 Granos, Café Leto, Julio Villasmil, Andrés Zuluaga, José Gallardo, a mi chica que se quedó hasta tarde viéndome por live. Y si alguno se me queda, por favor que me disculpen. Estoy muy agradecido con todo el equipo que me apoyó durante las prácticas.
Do you remember everyone?
Well, I get most of them are names of shops. I was with him during the practice round, so I know what he means. Is all the coffee shops that let us get equipment, training facility. So it's Café Unido, Mentiritas Blancas, Leto Coffee Roasters, Paddle Coffee Roasters. He thanked Julio Villasmil. He thanked also the Coiner family especially. And also he wants to say hi and thank his girl and also the coffee shop 7 Granos back in Panama.
All right.
And he also said that sorry if he missed anybody. He's very grateful to everybody that helped him through all the process of the practices and coming here.
Nice. Let's
Well
give
done.
it up to Benjamin Rouquet.
Well done, Benjamin. And of course, our competitor number 6 for today, representing Greece, Michaelis Katsiavos from the Underdog Roasters. Michaelis, how are you?
I feel very nice.
You feel very nice. It's all over with now, correct?
Yes, it was an amazing experience. I feel really excited.
How did you prepare differently for your competition performance here after winning your national competition?
I didn't change so many things. The base was the same, but I make some excuses, some things that make my program better.
Nice. You did a fantastic job. There's such a great heritage of Greek barista champions, so you represented it very well today. Anyone that you want to thank that's here with you in Amsterdam or back home in Greece?
I want to thank all my team, besides the Underdog, and all the people that support me.
Well said, sir. One more round of applause, please. Representing Greece, Michaelis Katsiavos. Thank you so much, barista competitors. We appreciate your time. And we're going to have just a few more great messages from our sponsors.
If we're opting to make the best cup of coffee, we need the water quality to be there.
The water is, I'd say, the most complex thing to learn about.
We roast coffee, we train our customers, we maintain their machinery, but we also serve great coffee, great food.
Pentair has been perfecting water filtration for more than 80 years. We're your water partner. That's why roasters, wholesalers, and baristas around the world choose Pentair for their perfect water.
That's why we use the Pentair products, because we get reliable, repeatable, effective results.
They've had people come to our facility twice now to help you decide what is the best way to clean the water and make sure that your equipment's going to last.
It's really easy to control the evaporator filter.
Solves all our problems.
All right, welcome back to the 2018 World Barista Championship. Hello, coffee friends. We're excited to be joining you here back on stage for our next round of competitors, starting with competitor number 7.
Competitor number 7 at Station 1. If you're interested in looking at his competition routines, you should move to that area over there. Tony Gitonga from Kenya, and he's working for Sankara, Nairobi.
Round of applause, please, for the competitor from Kenya. Competitor number 8, representing Germany, Andre Ostjus from Reflector Coffee. Round of applause, please, for our competitor from Germany. Woo!
Competitor number 9 at Station 3 will be Kadi Osk. And she's coming from Iceland, and she's working for Kafita.
Round of applause, please, representing Iceland. Kaje Oskladi. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the competitor from Kenya. We'll be back here to ask them some great questions in just a little bit once they wrap up their presentation. Good luck, competitors.
See you later.
My name is Tony, and I grew up in a coffee farm. The farm is in a region called Meru, as you can see from the maps in front of you. As a child, I never liked anything about coffee. Nor the taste in the cup, or even the sherry seemed to impress me. But here I am. My main aim today is to share with you the connection between my childhood, where I am now, the coffee that I'm using, and why this connection is so important to me. During my childhood, we used to have many coffee farms in Kenya. But unfortunately, most of these farms have slowly reverted to different crop farming or to even construction sites, which often fetch more money, unlike growing, processing, and exporting coffee for little monetary returns. The cost of production of coffee in Kenya is among the most expensive things to do in the world, which limits the number of people willing to invest their time and resources. I was surprised to learn of a group of Kenyan coffee producers, small estate owners, who have come together to change this thing as a factor. And they share resources and learn from one another continuously. They are kushikamana, which is Swahili for connection. I'll share more about them as I go on with my presentation. Please welcome. Now, I would love to begin with my milk course, since the first ever beverage that connected me to coffee was a cappuccino. I remember enjoying the general balance in the cup, the natural sweetness, and the creamy buttery mouthfeel. And so today, I want to recreate this as it changed the perception of coffee I had as a child. And for that, I'm going to use an espresso to milk ratio of 1 and 3 respectively. I'm also going to use a 1 to 1.75 ratio of coffee to water. With these parameters, I'm sure I'll be able to achieve the main aim of recreating this memory to you. And so in this cup, note a creamy citrus mouthfeel, flavors of butterscotch and pastry, and a dried fruit flavor of raisin. for you. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Be back with my second set. The main reason why these flavors come out so well is for the fact that the coffee that I'm using is sourced from regions of Embu and Kirinyaga. It's stated clearly on the maps. These regions lie at altitudes of 1650 to 1800 meters above sea level. This, along with the fact that the soils here are red and volcanic, with rich in iron, provide a unique factor in the cup, which brings about the balance that I'm speaking about today. So a creamy buttery mouthfeel, flavors of butterscotch and pastry. And a dried fruit flavor of raisins. And a citrus finish. Enjoy. For most Kenyans, espresso is not a beverage that connects with them well. And as a barista, I was inspired by this as a factor to look for ways to make espresso more consumable. I was excited to learn that Kushikamana too have unique practices in a bid to change the situation in Kenya. And on going to the farm, I realized that they separate varieties, which is quite unique in Kenya. And for this specific variety, SL28, they selected the red ripe cherries, which come in handy in bringing the clarity of the fruit flavors in the cup. But the most unique thing that I liked about them is how they do their fermentation. Their fermentation is done in 3 stages. So after pulping, the coffee undergoes the first fermentation process, dry fermentation process. The main purpose of this is to remove the mucilage layer of the coffee. It then undergoes a second fermentation process, 18-hour dry fermentation process, and the purpose of this is to bring clarity to the fruit characters in the cup, especially the blackcurrant notes. Finally, it undergoes a third fermentation process, this time a 12-hour underwater soaking. And the main purpose of this is to enlarge the embryo of the seed, of the bean, bringing clarity and a balance to the acidity in my cup. So when I serve this to you, take a moment and evaluate the crema. Feel the amazing aromas, honey-like aromas in this cup. Give it 5 stars and enjoy. You will get a low to medium sweetness, high acidity, a light silky body, and for flavors you're going to get flavors of blackcurrant with caramelized orange and a long dry tea-like finish. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Over time, I have learned to create flavors and aromas from different ingredients that reflect the Kenyan coffee. And so with me today, I have 3 unique ingredients. I chose these ingredients in a bid to bring more Kenyans to liking coffee, a crop that is around them. And so the first ingredient that I have today is grape extract, and then I have acidified milk, and finally, I have chamomile tea. All these ingredients come in handy in bringing up and creating this drink that I call Karibu Kenya. It's Swahili for welcome to Kenya, a taste of Kenyan flavors in the coffee. So, I'll let that cool a bit as I explain this. So this is a grape extract that I was talking about. Sure, thank you. I made this by macerating 75 grams of grapes with 12.5 grams of sugar. Stored it for 24 hours at a temperature of 3 degrees Celsius. The main aim of this was to complement the fruit characters in my coffee and also to avoid formation of alcohol. The next ingredient that I mentioned is acidified milk. So these are all milk, 30 ml that I used, and then there's 10 ml of lime juice. Combine them and store them for 24 hours at a temperature of 2 degrees Celsius. The main purpose of this was to bring out the creaminess in the milk in these end products here. Finally, I have chamomile tea. This is tea that I've infused, 70 grams of tea with 15 grams of, 70 milliliters of water and 15 grams of tea at a temperature of 3 degrees Celsius for 18 hours to ensure that no astringency from the hot water that I could have otherwise used comes to this end product here. So for this, for the grape extract, I'm going to use 30 ml of that. Sorry. So 30 ml, put it there. Then I'm gonna use 10 ml of this. So around there. This is the lime extract or acidified milk. And finally for the chamomile tea, I'm gonna use 25 ml. So I'll give it a swirl to merge all these ingredients together and serve you. It's a warm drink that can be enjoyed during any time of the day. So when I serve you, please take a moment and smell these aromas of lavender from the chamomile tea. Take at least 2 sips. Thank you very much. Take at least 2 sips to get these amazing flavors of blackcurrant. It has a flavor of cranberry and a sweet lime. And of course, it has a rooibos tea-like finish. It is light-bodied and has medium to high sweetness. So it's an easy drink that you can have. So, over time I've learned to enjoy this coffee and have brought more people to connect with the crop that they live around. And Kushikamana and myself are in a bid to change the story in Kenya. So I request you to to flip the cards in front of you. That's me, the farmer I was speaking about as a child. I am connected, and now you are connected, and that's my time.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself.
Give everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks the Lai coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Give everything in a simple coffee cup.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Leave everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thanks Alai Coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
what's behind the coffee.
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions.
Explore yourself. Give everything in a simple coffee company.
2 days with their head full of new knowledge.
Champions Hub is motivation for me.
Champion Hubs is amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
In this trip, we drink some very great coffee. It can be fruity, aromatic. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But I think this actually changed my opinion of Brazilian coffee. We really thank the Lai coffee to be able to gather all these nice farmers together and also provide such great trip.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic trip.
All right. Welcome back to 2018 World Barista Championship. Woo! So we just saw 3 competitors competing at their own station. And our first at Station 1 competitors, his name is Tony Litonga from Kenya.
Woo!
Woo-hoo! So how do you feel, Tony?
Relieved. Yes, and then after so much practice and everything, 15 minutes is all that comes down to, how you did it and how the practice was for you. So I feel relieved that the 15 minutes that I've been looking forward to my entire life are, over, as now I wait for the next stage. But this was a first big relief.
All your hard work is concentrated in that 15 minutes. That's amazing. Anyone you would like to thank in the stage right here or back home?
Yes, I'd like to thank my team. That is Counterculture. Then there is Sankara team, Caroline to be specific, and then there is George, who's been my helper all along. And then there's so many people that I want to thank from outside here. Yes. So there is Martin Shabaya, he's been here before. Then there is Dorman's Coffee. Then there is the Kenyan coffee farmers, Kushikamana.
And the entire Kenyan fellowship who's watching right now.
All right.
And of course my family. Yeah.
All right, let's give it up to Tony! Woohoo!
Well done, Tony. And of course, competitor number 8, representing Germany. Put your hands together for Andre Ostius from Reflector Coffee.
Woo!
Andre, how are you? Oh, what do you want to know? I don't know. Head is empty. Was really stressful, but yeah, I'm so impressed of everything is happened happened backstage and on stage. There's so much passion in the air, crazy. So great experience.
Awesome. Anyone that you want to thank that's with you here today or back home maybe in Germany?
Ooh, sorry, back home? Or?
Anyone that you want to thank that might be back home?
Sure. All of the guys who are sitting there on the right, in the audience, family and friends, and I'm so thankful to my roaster, who's called Benedict from Dortmund. He's sitting over there, I think, and yeah, thanks for the last weeks. I couldn't stand here without them.
Well done. You've earned your beer for today. Well done, sir.
All right, so our next is Katja Orsk, coming from Iceland.
Woo!
Woo-hoo!
Hi.
So how do you feel after the presentation?
It's like a lot of stress has been lifted off my shoulders, but at the same time, I'm really stressed about finding how I did. So it's like a lot of mixed emotions.
We have the live results here, so that will be helpful, right? You'll know soon what your rank is then too. Also, I think she probably doesn't want to mention it, but today is her 21st birthday.
Way! Woohoo!
Normally I would sing a song to you, but nobody wants to hear that. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And anyone that you want to thank that's with you here today or back home?
Oh, there's so many people I want to thank. I want to thank my team that's up there. And I want to thank Kaffeetaut, my company. I want to thank everyone who helped train and came to the trainings. And I want to thank Akaya for sponsoring me. And my family. They're watching right now, so thank you so much for the patience and watching my cats.
Watch you. A very important role. Thank you, Katja. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Get her some tequila, coaches and judges. She earns her tequila. Thank you both so much, competitors. And now just a few more words from our wonderful sponsors.
Amazing. Good luck.
What's behind the coffee?
The machine you choose defines what you can do with coffee.
If you want to be big, you need to work with big people.
Learn about the champions, explore champions, explore your champions, explore champions, explore your